Welcome to our latest explainer, where we are diving into the absolute biggest news shaking up the gaming world right now. We've got secrets, we've got huge successes, and some major shakeups coming over the horizon. From a leak that could totally define 2026 to the games you can actually play today, we're going to cover it all. Let's jump right in.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll follow the trail of breadcrumbs on some of the biggest leaks in the industry. Then, we'll get into the hits, the misses, and the betas you can play right now. From there, we're going to look ahead to what is shaping up to be a historic 2026. And finally, we'll wrap up by looking at how the rules of the game itself are changing.
All right, first stop, the rumor mill. You know, in the gaming world, some secrets are they're too big to keep under wraps. This is where all that speculation and juicy insider info starts to collide.
And we have to kick things off with the one question that feels like it's on every single gamer's mind. Has the release window for, let's be honest, arguably the most anticipated game of all time, finally leaked?
Okay, so the trail starts with this super cryptic tweet from Rackstar, but the breadcrumbs do not stop there. Fans, and I mean really eagle-eyed fans, are pointing to a potential Q1 2026 release. They're speculating we might get the full reveal at this year's Game Awards, and someone even spotted a brand new Miami-inspired billboard inside GTA Online, which is just pouring gasoline on that Vice City fire.
Now this is where the timeline gets really interesting. That Q1 2026 window for GTA 6, it lines up almost perfectly with another monster rumor. Industry insiders are claiming the Nintendo Switch 2 is targeting a March 2026 launch. Just think about that. We could see two of the biggest launches in gaming history happen within weeks of each other. Wow.
All right, enough with the rumors for a minute. Let's talk about what's actually real. From leaks to launches, here's a look at what's dominating our screens at this very moment.
First up, let's talk about an absolute certified blockbuster. That number you're looking at, 5 million, that's how many copies the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC sold. Not in a year or even 6 months, in its first month. That is a staggering figure, and it just proves that players are still so hungry to get back into the lands between. It really says a lot about the world From Software built.
And From Software is not taking their foot off the gas. To keep that incredible momentum going, they're actually dropping a free update in late August. We're talking new weapons, some balance changes. It's just a really smart way to reward those 5 million players and keep that community fired up.
But, you know, not every big expansion is a home run. Bethesda's Starfield Odyssey DLC has landed to a much more, well, divided reception. On one hand, people are loving the huge amount of new content. But on the other hand, a lot of players, especially on Xbox, are just battling with performance issues and bugs. It's one of those situations that is absolutely screaming for a hotfix. And finally, if you want a taste of the action for yourself, Activision is opening up the beta for Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War. All you got to do is pre-order the game, and you can jump in between August 15th and the 20th to get that first look at its 1990 setting.
Okay, let's shift our focus now from the present to the future. It's time to talk about 2026. Because honestly, based on what we already know, it is shaping up to be a truly unbelievable year for gaming.
But before you get too excited and start marking up your calendars, we've got some breaking news that might just force you to grab an eraser. Yep, one of 2026's most anticipated titles has been officially delayed.
Ubisoft has come out and confirmed that Assassin's Creed Red, their massive feudal Japan epic, is now targeting that first quarter of 2026. The official reason they gave is for additional polish. The silver lining? We're still expecting to see a brand new cinematic trailer at Gamescom this year.
Also roaring its way into 2026 is Insomniac's Marvel's Wolverine. The very first gameplay trailer just dropped, and man, it does not hold back. We're seeing some brutal, really visceral combat, and it's hinting at a much darker story than their Spider-Man games. And yes, just as you'd hope, his famous healing factor looks like it's a core gameplay mechanic. This one's locked in for a 2026 PS5 release.
And now for something I don't think anyone saw coming. Out of this year's BlizzCon, we got a truly shocking announcement. A beloved hero shooter isn't just getting another update. No, It's getting a full-blown comeback, and it's supposedly going to be bigger than ever.
That's right, Blizzard has officially announced Overwatch 3. And let's be crystal clear, this is not just another patch. This is a full sequel. It's promising a return to that classic 6v6 format that fans have been screaming for, plus a brand new campaign mode and new heroes. And the craziest part? Beta signups are already live.
So when you actually lay it all out on a timeline like this, the picture becomes incredibly clear. The year could kick off with a massive bang. We've got Assassin's Creed Red confirmed for Q1, with GTA 6 and the Switch 2 both rumored for that same window. Then later in the year, we get Wolverine and Overwatch 3. It's undeniable. 2026 is looking absolutely stacked.
Okay, for our final section, we're going to zoom out a bit from specific games and look at the bigger picture. Because it's not just the titles that are evolving, it's the entire ecosystem of how and even where we play.
First up, here's a perfect example of gaming as this huge cultural hub. Fortnite is just continuing its absolute domination of massive collaborations. This time, they're teasing a crossover with the Dune universe, so pretty soon you'll probably see Paul Atreides dropping onto the island.
And check this out. Here is a development that fundamentally changes where and how we can play certain types of games. Microsoft is breaking down a major hardware barrier for cloud gaming.
That's right, full keyboard and mouse support is now officially live on Xbox Cloud Gaming. Now, the implications of this are huge. This completely unlocks a whole category of PC-first games, tactical shooters like Counter-Strike 2 or Valorant, and it makes them fully playable on a tablet or even your phone. No controller needed. It's a game changer.
So all of this brings us to the big final question. With confirmed juggernauts like Wolverine, massive comebacks like Overwatch 3, and these colossal rumors swirling around GTA 6 and a new Nintendo console, could 2026 actually be the single biggest year in the entire history of gaming? I guess only time will tell, but one thing is absolutely for sure. It is an incredible time to be a gamer. Thanks for tuning in.